Hello, young fellows. The night is a realm of mystery, where strange beings, their intentions shrouded in darkness, are believed to be malevolent. For security guards who work night shifts, strange occurrences while on duty are sometimes just occupational hazards. Prepare yourself, dim the lights, and join me on this journey into the realm of terror. I am a security guard. I have worked for a supermarket in Wisconsin since 2017. What I'm about to share is not just a story, but a confidential account of a dark being that has appeared in several locations of this supermarket chain, and not just in Wisconsin, but across the country. The situation with this being is so delicate that we have a specific code to report its sightings via radio. The dark creature's appearance is a daily occurrence, and we have concrete evidence of its presence, captured on our security cameras on multiple occasions. Immediate action is needed to address this situation. Furthermore, the presence of the dark creature has significantly disrupted the operations of a company that supplies merchandise to the supermarket at night. The company severed ties with us after numerous employees reported seeing the creature, indicating the severity of the situation. When that company stopped sending its workers, the guards were left alone on the night shift. This did not last long because one night, a colleague from another supermarket in a different location called on the radio to report the creature, saying that it was chasing him and wanted to get close to him. It was the last we heard about our colleague. They found him dead in the morning. When reviewing the security cameras, it is clear that this thing is following him from afar. The family was told that some heavy boxes had fallen on top of him. It was the only thing that could be said to justify the fact that his head was crushed. After that tragic incident, the supermarket decided to have one more worker on the night shift, besides us guards. That way, there would be two of us, so at least someone could call 911 if that thing attacked again. Sightings of that monster continue to occur daily, but at least no one has died again. I must clarify that attacks on workers and guards have occurred, but this is something that has been kept secret. I know that some companions have been incapacitated by injuries caused by that dark being. Unfortunately, for those of us who must spend the night in these places, that horrible thing is not the only thing we are forced to endure during our workday. Many other phenomena occur throughout the store, some minuscule and some truly terrifying. I want to tell you about the darkest event I have ever had to endure, the night when all the paranormal phenomena you can imagine happened to me. It was Christmas Eve, December. I woke up at 8 p.m., as always. I had dinner with my wife and my daughters while we watched some videos. I went to the bathroom, and while my wife prepared lunch and fruit water for me, I got ready for work. With the uniform on, I took my lunchbox, said goodbye to my family, and left my house. It was 10:40. I live pretty close to work, so I walked slowly and arrived 5 minutes early. That night was like any other. Few people on the street and the occasional patrol. I arrived at work. You had to go up a small ramp to get to the staff entrance. I pressed the bell, and my fellow guard let me in. We changed shifts. The only thing left to leave was the cashier girls. They were always the last to leave. Someone knocked on the door. The other worker would be with me on the night shift. My fellow guard left, and after 5 minutes, the cashier girls finished their work, and I let them out. The store was alarmed, and the night shift began. It was a new employee who had been sent to keep me company. He was from the cleaning department, so he was going to walk around the entire store cleaning. I crossed the warehouse to go to the maintenance area. There, I went to the light panel and turned off 90% of the lights. Only one in every 3 hallways, the reception area, the dining room, and the bathrooms remained on. Despite never having seen the creature, I already knew of its existence because when I was hired, my colleagues made many comments about it. So you understand how the matter is. You learn at what time it appears and in what place. It used to appear in the wine aisle. It also liked to walk on top of the shelves. Before embarking on my rounds, I diligently checked the security cameras to ensure the creature was not on the prowl. With all the cameras showing no sign of the monster, I felt reassured and ready to patrol the dark hallways. The young employee was using the polisher, so there was no background noise. That helps a lot because it prevents you from hearing strange things. I was walking through the toy area when I heard one of the battery-powered babies activate and start crying. I hate going into that damn hallway, but the problem is that if I didn't turn off the toy, it would keep crying all night. What I hate about that hallway is that the ghost of a girl appears there. I entered the hallway, turned off the baby, and when I turned around, sure enough, there was the girl with pale skin, short hair, and sunken eyes. It wasn't the first time I had seen her, but it was still chilling. The girl's gaze was filled with intense hatred. I turned around and ran out of there. Occupational hazards. I continued with my tour. I was heading to the meat area, and while I was walking, I remembered the time that a worker died there. He was serving a filthy, annoying customer. The damn old woman was very picky, and she was bothering him and saying that he was a good-for-nothing and that he didn't know how to cut meat well. The employee became desperate and turned to yell at her. He was distracted, and the saw cut off part of his arm, and he bled to death. When you pass near the butcher shop, you can see him standing there with his back turned. So when I saw him that night, it didn't scare me. What shocked me was that something heavy fell behind me and made a lot of noise. I jumped in fright. A package of juices had fallen and caused a spill. I went to find the cleaning guy and asked him to clean. While I was mopping, the guy asked me how many guards were on duty that night, and it turned out that he had seen another guard walking around. There were no other guards, and I had not passed the area where he claimed to have seen the other guard. Of course, I didn't want to scare him. It was his first day at night. I lied to him. I told him that there were two of us, but that the other colleague spent most of the shift looking at the cameras, that he had probably gone to the bathroom, and that was why he saw him walking through the hallways. He finished mopping, and I walked him to where the mop was kept. I didn't want him to meet the supposed guard again and think of talking to him or something like that. No one had ever reported that guard, who was clearly a ghost, so I grabbed my cell phone to call my boss and tell him the situation. He was understanding, advising me to avoid that area and be careful not to let the cleaning guy approach, which made me feel understood in my concerns. I continued with my rounds, trying to stay close to the cleaning guy to keep an eye on him. When I passed near the fitting rooms, I heard someone speak to me. It was a woman's voice. I felt a very ugly chill run through my entire body, as if I was being watched. It was a very high-pitched voice. I got away from there as fast as I could. For the next hour and a half, my pants were pulled, merchandise fell, things were moved, and the lights went out. These unexpected events made it a very stressful and certainly very intimidating shift. It was around 3:15 when I found the cleaning guy sitting on a box sleeping. I told him he could sleep in the dining room without any problem. I didn't have to tell him twice. I had to go to the bathroom, and I had to go through the wine aisle where the monster appeared. I held on as long as possible while I made my rounds, but my body was telling me to go to the bathroom, so I gave up. I went to the bathroom quickly. As I passed through the wine aisle, I saw a dense, sturdy, completely black lump out of the corner of my eye. It was amorphous, and I couldn't even describe it in detail. It was just black. I walked past without turning around. I accelerated, and suddenly I heard a loud crash on the ceiling. It seemed to have been right above me. As I moved forward, I heard as if someone was walking on the roof. The monster, the black creature, was following me. It scared me so much that I lost the urge to go to the bathroom, so I turned around to leave. It was then that I heard something quite heavy fall right behind me. I didn't turn around, but I was convinced that it was that horrifying monster. I was paralyzed. At any moment it could attack me. I didn't know where from, but I found the strength to run, and I got away as fast as I could. As soon as I got to where the security camera monitors were, I grabbed the radio and desperately asked for help. It didn't take long for help to arrive. A couple of patrol cars came to help us. The guy who was with me came out to meet me, visibly scared, having heard a very loud bang. In the end, there were no signs of anyone trying to enter the supermarket. I knew it wasn't a thief. It was about that thing. I wished someone else was there to help me chase it away. I've realized I can't continue working in the same place. I need a change, but I'm not sure what else I can do. At the end of the day, I remind myself to stay sane. They are just occupational hazards.